We're Laura and Becky, and we are sponsored by East Midlands Airport. Thank you so much for downloading this episode.
So if you have downloaded it, we're guessing you've probably you've checked in, been through security. You might be sat down with your first drink of your holiday.
Oh, is there anything better than the first drink of the holiday?
Even if it's like 6 a.m, guys.
There's no rules in an airport,
no
is there? There's no
rules.
time zones go out the window. Like, I've seen people in airports before. In fact, maybe it was me.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that person. Oh, it's you.
My friend, someone I knew. No, it was me. I mean, 5 a.m. in an airport, you can get a Prosecco.
I go Bucks Fizz. I always think a Bucks Fizz it's okay.
It's
to have
more
a Bucks
acceptable.
Fizz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, happy holidays.
You're on your jollies.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Majorca.
I would love to find out where people are going in an airport. You know, when you go to an airport and you see loads of people just going to different places for different reasons, I'd love to stop them and be like, where are you going and why are you going there? And who are you going with?
I mean, the hard bit's done. So, I mean, maybe you're on the plane and you're listening to us on the plane, or maybe you've arrived and you're by the pool. The hard bits, the stressy bit's done. So East Midlands Airport is our favourite airport. We love the airport.
Love
the
it.
ease of it. The ease of it. That's what I like.
Yeah, the ease, guys. The ease of it. Well, it's small, isn't it? It's not a massive airport. You know, when you get to a massive one and your gate is called or announced where you have to go to, you know, in some airports, it takes you about blooming 20 minutes to get to your gate.
It can take you ages to get to the terminal.
Yeah, no, we don't need that, do we?
Just the one terminal at East Mids. That's what we like.
Also, as well,
I know what you're going to say.
yeah, this is a good little fact. So we had a meeting, well, we call it a meeting, a catch-up, let's say, with the guys from East Midlands Airport a couple of weeks ago. They told us a little fact we didn't know. So there is actually not a gate 13 at East Midlands Airport.
Unlucky 13. We
I
did
love
not
that.
know that. Yeah. Apparently as well, on some planes they don't have aisle 13.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or row, not aisle. Row 13. Yeah.
If you're on a plane now, have a little look, see if there's a row 13.
And if you're sat on row 13, don't worry about it. You are going to be fine. Bing bong and order another drink. That's what I would say.
God.
But yeah, I think the airport part of a holiday can be quite stressy. There's two types of people. There's people that just get really stressed at airports, and there's people that just don't.
See, I'm not a stressy person at an airport.
You're definitely not.
No, we've been away together before, and I know
It's a miracle you get on the flight. It's a miracle.
I have nearly missed flights before, but for some reason, I don't get that stress. I like pootling around an airport. I like that first drink. That is the one for me. I'm like, I can relax now. Yeah, I don't get stressed.
Do you know what I like at airports? When you find your gate and a plane's landed and the people are coming back from their holiday and you stand and watch them, you think, ha. You do, don't you? You're like, you're coming back.
Yeah.
I'm just off my jollies.
But then when you're the ones coming back and then you see that, you're like, oh, damn, they're just going on their holiday.
Any perfume in...
Duty free.
Yeah, a bit of perfume.
Even if I don't buy any, I always go for a little spritz.
Yeah.
And then I like to go onto the plane smelling like a perfumery.
You know? Getting your Toblerone. What is about Toblerones? What is it?
I don't know, you just go wild for them in airports, don't you? We were talking as well, weren't we, about choosing a book at the airport.
Well, the only time I ever really read a book is on holiday.
Same.
So I do like a good book. And then I always think, right, when I get home, I'm going to read more books. And then I never do.
We were saying as well, weren't we, that when, I don't know if they still do this actually, Richard and Judy used to do a book club. Like they used to recommend their summer reads, didn't they? So when you go into I don't know, W.H. Smith or wherever it is, you look and it's got a little yellow sticker on it. It's like, Richard and Judy recommend this book.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
You can't go wrong with a Colleen Hoover book, can you?
You got me into her.
You cannot go wrong with a. What was it? It ends with us. Great book. If you've not read it.
Oh, if you are at the airport now and you're looking for a good book, it is. It's got everything. It's so good.
Yeah. So check in as well. So basically, let's go back to when you arrive at East Mids. You're a little bit stressed. You get to check in. What are you stressed about? You're stressed about the weight of your case and your hand luggage size.
Literally. In fact, I said I wasn't stressy at an airport. That is the one thing that stresses me out because I'm always one of those people that goes over. You can guarantee my case is going to be too heavy.
You don't want to be that person that's at the front opening their case and trying to move things around, putting it in someone else's case. You're like, you've got room, shove this makeup bag in there.
Bras falling out and pants all over the place.
If you get it spot on though, you are like, yes.
Or even under. You literally feel like the most smug person in the world. Do those what are they called? Like the little weight things you can
I've
get
got one of them. They're brilliant.
Are they actually good?
Yeah, really good. You should get one.
Yeah, why?
You should get one.
Haven't I got one?
Then, so you've done that tick, security. A little bit of a cue sometimes.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's the point where people slightly lose their minds, is security.
Yeah.
The trays, the taking things off, the doing things that they're trying to tell you to do, the 100ml bags. I always have a nightmare at any security.
Well, why don't you tell your story? You've just got back from Florida, haven't you? So tell the story about what the security guy made
So you do what they say, don't you, right?
Oh,
you do what they say.
You don't mess with security people.
You never really question them. So I went to Florida recently. I got to security. The person next to me had to take their shoes off, okay? So they were quite thick trainers. You can get thick-soled trainers. I did not have thick-soled trainers on, but I looked at the security guy and I went, do I need to take my shoes off? And he looked at me and he must have made a split-second decision and he must have thought, shall I wind this woman up or not? And he thought, I will. So he went, yeah, just take one off. So I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And I had a fleeting thought of one shoe. Why? So I was like, okay, took one shoe off, walked off. When you walk with one shoe on and one shoe off, it's very, very odd.
Honestly, I wish I'd been a fly on the wall for this. Seeing you hobbling.
Yeah, off I trotted, off I hopped, and I heard him go, "Hey, Graham, we've got one," meaning me. I turned around and went, "What?" And he went, "Put your other shoe back on."
I was like, love it.
Yeah,
that is brilliant.
Yeah, walk through. I always seem to have like a little bit of a.
You do. All the times that I've been with you at airports, there's either something happens at security.
Do you know what it is? I think I get nervous, so I chat. I'm like, "Hello, how are you?" Ooh,
yeah,
and
you
I
get
think
verbal
they think,
diarrhea.
Oh, we've got one here.
I'm always the one who has a ridiculous amount of liquids, like a ridiculous amount. We were doing some work, weren't we, at East Midlands Airport? So I wasn't even going abroad anywhere, okay? But we still had to go through the security process and obviously put our liquids in the clear bag and everything. I looked like I was going away on a 2-week long haul holiday.
I was embarrassed for you.
I was clattering. I was actually like clanking about when I walked, wasn't I? Even I was embarrassed.
Well, I mean, you had a full makeup bag, so you had to put everything. And I was like, here we go, look at her. I only had one thing, but that thing was more embarrassing than any of your things. And that was nipple cream. All I had was a tube of nipple cream. It wasn't
not for your nipples.
No. This is a bit of a tip, actually. If you're going on holiday, a bit of nipple cream, nipple balm on your lips keeps your lips nice and soft and juicy.
There you go. I mean, a little bit embarrassing when you go through security, but
just the one thing.
Yeah, still go for it, guys. Good tip.
But anyway, you're through security,
whoop,
so
whoop.
You're either
holiday starts here.
Yeah, in the pub bit,
having a drink,
on the plane, or maybe you have got to your holiday destination and then plane doors opening and you walking out in that hot air.
Don't even. Is there any better feeling?
No, I actually get really disappointed when you've got the tunnel to walk through. You're like, no, I want to step out.
You want that hot, balmy air to hit you in the face, don't you?
Do you know what? So I used to be a holiday rep. Okay, so this is my bag. Airports are my thing. Okay, holidays are my thing. So I was a holiday rep in the early noughties, and I was based in Tenerife. I was there for 5 years. I never left. Once my feet landed on that island, they kept saying, "Do you want to go somewhere else for another season?" I was like, "No, you're right. I'm going to stay
in Tenerife
here because it's sunny all year round there."
Oh, nice.
So that hot, balmy feeling I had constantly for 5 years.
I love that.
So if you're about to step off the plane, be nice to your holiday rep. Because we've probably been stood there waiting for a good 5 hours.
Well, it's a funny one, isn't it? When you get off the plane, because you've had a journey, you are desperate to get to your hotel, aren't you? But obviously you get off, and if you've got, if you're with like a company and you've got a coach, so you have to do that whole thing about, you have to look for your rep, don't you? Yeah. Holding up the clipboard.
There we are.
So you look for your rep, then you find them. You have a bit of banter with them, don't you? Yeah. Oh, how was your flight? Blah, blah, blah. Then you have to go and find your coach, don't you? And that can be a nightmare, like looking at all the different numbers. And it's often like A21 or B30.
I think, I'm going to go from the other perspective here. I'm going to talk from the holiday rep's perspective. No matter how many times you describe where that coach is in that car park, they never find it.
No, we don't.
Apart from walking people out and going, that there is your coach. I think it's because you're in a bit of a daze. You've had a flight. You just want to get there. You don't really listen. Because when you go, it's in the coach park. Go out, turn right. It's the third. You're all but like, and you don't embarrass yourself and go, sorry, can you just tell me that
You
again?
lose your senses, don't you?
Well, we used to do they don't do this anymore. I mean, we were talking a long time ago as a holiday rep, but
what did you do?
We did like to wind some customers up. So I'd stand there with my clipboard. I was obviously in Tenerife. They'd walk over and go, hello. I'd be like, hiya, welcome to Lanzarote. What's your surname? They would just stand there and go, sorry, what? And I'd be like, I'm only joking, you're in Tenerife.
Oh,
yeah,
God, I bet you lived for that, though, didn't you?
Loads of things like that. Yeah, we used to do some naughty things, but I won't talk about that on this podcast.
That's for another day.
But yeah, believe me, obviously your holiday rep will want to get you on your coach and get you to your hotel as quickly as possible as well, because it's an effort.
It's
dropping all them customers off.
Oh, that's it. And it's really annoying. You know, when you get on the coach and sometimes you've got to wait for some latecomers. Some people are like lost in the airport. Perhaps they stop in the bar. I don't know. And you're always like, everyone's sort of looking around and just waiting because you've been there for a while. And you might go, how long till we're leaving? They're like, just waiting for some latecomers. Yeah. Just waiting for our last people. And you're like, where are they? What are they doing?
Or when you drop them off, you don't know which one's your hotel. So you get up to the hotel and it doesn't look very nice. You're like, oh, thank God, that's not our hotel.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're staying in the Neptune, are they? Right, we're going to the Conquistador. You used to think that, didn't you? You used to be like, oh no.
Yeah, oh, thank God we're not there. But then it's annoying as well when you're the last drop off.
I know. But just chill. That's what I would say. You're there. You just got to get that last bit over and done with. But the good thing about East Midlands Airport is that it's quick and it's easy. So hopefully you're chilled out anyway.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, another nice feeling as well, when you're actually on holiday. In fact, this has got to be up there with stepping off the plane into the hot air.
Go on.
So you've had your first day in the sun. You go in for a shower. It's kind of like early evening time. The sun's just going down. You go onto your balcony in your towel.
What are you eating? You're eating crisps.
Lays. You're eating Lays. In my case, ham on flavour. Yeah. And
or jam on, as people will say.
Jam on, as Brits say. And you might have a Fanta Lemon if you're not drinking, or just that first little wine of the evening.
A beer. Mine's got to be a beer.
Oh, no better feeling.
There isn't, is there?
Nope.
There really isn't. When you first arrive at your hotel, if you arrive at night, the next day you proper feel like the newbie, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're walking out there, and you can tell newbies because they're usually pale, right? and so when you're like, oh God, everyone's been here ages, and can we sit on this sunbed? Because people claim sunbeds, don't they, as well? Give that 24 hours, and suddenly you ain't the newbie anymore, and then you are the people judging the newbies. It doesn't take long, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I mean, flying as well. Because obviously I went very lucky. I went to go to Florida last month, and pilots fascinate me.
Do you know what? They fascinate me as well. But there's a certain type of pilot that you want.
They look like pilots.
They've got to look sensible and in charge, and like they could handle the plane. Like when when they do like the announcements on the plane, like, hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be flying at an altitude of blah blah blah, should get into Alicante and blah blah blah. You want them to sound very in control.
They're gonna get there.
I like quite a posh voice as well, me.
I met Andrew, who was our pilot.
Good pilot name. Very good pilot name.
I liked Andrew.
Andrew is going to... he's going to be in charge of that plane.
Yeah, and his co-pilot was Simon. I thought, Andrew and Simon, both look very sensible, looked at ease. You don't want to see a panicked pilot, do you? That's not what you want to see.
No.
So I think... Also, we flew at night on the way back. When you're flying a plane at night, obviously that you can't see anything, right? So what must be so weird? I want to speak to a pilot and go, what do you look at? Just when you're driving a car, you have to look out the window and drive.
Yeah.
Surely you don't have to do that.
They're looking at the screen,
the plane knows where it's going, doesn't it, right? It's got, what is it? I don't know.
I was going to say GPS, radar.
Something. You're not like, oh, there's that cloud, let's turn right.
Yeah.
There's none of that, is there? You don't go by the stars in the sky. It's weird, isn't it?
It's so weird. But it must be weird flying in at night. You're right. Even if you're looking at the screen, it must be weird. In fact, we should say this as well. We did the, at East Midlands Airport, the simulation, didn't we?
Of not of flying a plane.
No,
of
landing planes.
So we've been up that control tower. You might be able to see it now if you're in the airport. We've been up there. Let me tell you, it's as fascinating as you think it is.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, but, if you're a little bit of a nervous flyer, don't worry about it. They land planes every I don't know.
Left, right and centre.
Oh, left, right and centre. They are flying in the air, land, up they go, off they go. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Actually, I have to say, it put my mind at rest going up there, seeing how in control and how good they all were. And it's just something they do every day. I was kind of like, this is fine. This is not a biggie.
And when we went up, there's 2 women in charge.
We liked that, didn't we?
Very calm. Oh, it was absolutely.
Go on, girls.
Yeah, absolutely fascinating.
It was. I've got a little funny holiday story for you, actually.
Go on.
So when I was in Turkey, last day of the holiday, and you know when you've got like a late flight, you have to check out of your room and everything. You're sort of thinking about the flight all day, aren't you? So you pack up all of your stuff. You might leave it in reception or in one of those. They sometimes have like a free room where you can go and have a shower, don't they? So we were on the beach all day, and it was time to go and get changed, get showered, get ready for the flight. So I went to reception, got my case, and I had like a little padlock on it, right? Anyway, went to undo it and get my like plain clothes out. Forgot the code.
No.
Couldn't open my case. So I was like, no. And I was there for about
How on earth did you forget a code that you'd obviously set that day?
I have no
idea.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just lost it. And for about 10 minutes, I was trying to open this case. It became very clear I was not going to be able to open this case. So then I spoke to the guys at reception. They then got a caretaker to come over. Person I was with then came over. And the time was going, like the taxi was going to be there to take us to the airport. I thought, I'm going to be sat in the plane in my bikini. I'm going to have to go to the airport in my bikini and sit on a plane in my bikini.
Brilliant.
I was starting to get really panicked. You get all hot and like a bit stressy. Anyway, caretaker, pair of pliers, came over, prized it open.
I mean, if you did have to wear a bikini, getting to the plane would be fine in Turkey. It would have been landing. Imagine walking through East Mids in your bikini. You'd be like,
well, I think it was like October time. So hi guys, still in holiday mode here.
Oh, look at her. Yeah,
I'm not getting out of the bikini.
Oh my God.
Love it.
I don't lock the case for that reason, because I'm just paranoid that I won't be able to get it open when I get on holiday.
I don't lock it after that either.
No, not at all.
Wasn't your case one of the last ones off the belt as well when you just came back from Florida?
Never happened to me before.
Oh, I hate
it.
That.
Was the last one.
Oh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, but I got it. Fine.
Yay.
Also, I like looking at other people's suitcases.
I do.
I'm not afraid to say it.
There's always a suitcase as well that looks a little bit like yours. But you're like, oh, there it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then there's always the very clever people that will put something on there, so like tie a ribbon on the handle. Or I've seen some people that got their faces printed on their suitcase.
Their faces?
How?
Stop.
I quite like that. Yeah. So they know that's
my
theirs.
God.
Yeah, personalised suitcases.
God, these are organised people, aren't they? I always get the fear of like, and everyone gets a bit like stressy, don't they? You sort of want to get to the front of the belt and you get your space and you stand there. And then, but if you're behind somebody and you spot your case, you've got that awkward, excuse me, and you like lug the case off.
Yeah, it is stressy. But what I would say is chill. If you're feeling a little bit stressy right now, let's talk like this. Just chill.
What's
Maybe
the worst
go and
that
get
can
that Prosecco.
Oh, get that
Or
Prosecco.
have an orange juice if you want to. You know, no pressure.
Yeah.
Get that book. Or, just people watch.
People
watching in airports.
People watching at airports. Do you remember when you and I flew to Majorca last year? So actually, guys, this is how we started the podcast. We got sacked from our old jobs. We flew to Majorca for the weekend, didn't we? With no money. Got a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
And
decided to start a podcast. Actually, as well, now we're sponsored by East Midlands Airport.
Yeah.
So
we're doing
it was
all right.
It was on the top of our list. We knew we wanted to get a sponsor, and we wanted it to be an airport.
Yeah.
So that was a year ago.
We manifested it, didn't we?
Yeah. When you're on holiday, why not try a little bit of manifesting?
Yeah, I always think when you're away, it's a good time, isn't it, to kind of like reflect on stuff and have a think and get a little bit of inspiration as well.
Yeah, from other people, chat to people.
Yeah, that's what we did, wasn't it?
Yeah, so when we flew, we were obviously quite excited to go away for the weekend, weren't we?
Like giddy as kippers.
So we managed to get into a lounge, didn't we?
Yeah, I love getting into a lounge before going away.
You made friends with practically everyone in there.
Yeah, it was a lovely lady. We were up getting, obviously get unlimited drinks, don't you? So we were getting Prosecco, and it was like on tap. So you just turned a tap and filled up your Prosecco glass. I was up and down, up and down, up and down. And there was a lady who I kept seeing there, and she was off on her own, get this, to a yoga retreat. What a lovely woman. Yeah.
And then on the plane, we sat down on the plane, found out the guy next to us was a doctor, an anaesthetist.
Say it again.
Anaesthetist.
Anyway. Anaesthetist. I mean, is there anyone you'd rather be sat next to on a plane than like a doctor or some sort of medical person? Nope.
Yeah, he was lovely. And we asked him the questions you'd want to ask anyone. That's an anaesthetist.
I think he probably regretted sitting next to us. It's like we were interviewing him. So many questions.
And then the guy in front was Mickey the Diamond on his stag do.
Mickey the Diamond dealer.
Yeah.
He was great. He was on there with all the boys. He was, I think it was his second marriage.
Yeah, stag do.
He was going on his stag do, so that was good. And he was, he was up for it. He was bang up for it. He was buying everyone rounds of drinks. Of course, we got stuck in, didn't we?
He was like, come on the boat trip. And we were like, we stayed really near the airport actually in Majorca, and I'm not ashamed to say it. We did not move. We didn't sightsee. We just stayed in the same hotel for 3 days.
We were feral on that holiday. We didn't wear any makeup. We didn't wear any of our going out clothes that we had. We had all these big plans of lovely bars we were going to go to, and we just didn't. We stayed by the pool and got a little bit drunk in the day, didn't we?
You always overpack on a holiday, I think.
Always, every single time. I'd love to just do hand luggage. That is my dream.
We managed it. We managed it in Majorca. Yeah, we only took hand luggage. We did. Yeah, we only took hand luggage.
Yeah, we went for 3 days, didn't we?
And we didn't wear all the stuff we packed in hand luggage. That's how feral we were.
I'd totally forgotten that we just did hand luggage. I thought I'd never done it. Well done me. I'm proud of myself for that.
Well done, Becky. If you're just about to land, then have the most amazing holiday.
I always think that's probably the best bit of the holiday is
like touchdown.
Yeah, and just before, because you've still got the holiday to come. Do you know what I mean? You're looking forward to it because it's kind of, I don't mean to put it on a downer, but it's over before you know it.
You'll be back at East Mids.
I know.
Before you know it.
No, but have an amazing holiday, whatever you're up to.
Yeah, so actually, if you are just going to basically lay out and sunbathe, then there's loads of other episodes of our podcast. Have a little look.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're a new listener, boy, you've got a lot to catch up on.
You have. You can go right back to the beginning. We've got like over 100 episodes. You can hear about why we got sacked from our old radio job. You can hear how we started this podcast and just, general little bits from our everyday life.
Yeah, it's a daily podcast, so you've got a lot to catch up on. And if you want to find it, we'd love to know if you're listening and you're on holiday or in East Midlands Airport. Our Instagram is at The Laura and Becky Show. So if you want to message us or you can email us, or all the details are on the description box wherever you're listening to this podcast. Yeah, have a look, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
We love it when people send us messages.
Anyway, keep your eyes out for some new pods, some new episodes, but have an amazing flight and an amazing holiday.
Oh, we're so jealous. Yeah, thanks for listening.